Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Points of Articulation. My name's Dave, and today we are looking at the Hot Wheels Republic Gunship. Now this ship is pretty awesome. Now I already have the irregular version, but I got this not just because it's a cool paint job, but from one of my favorite cartoons growing up during high school. It was the animated version of the Clone Wars, which I brought up in one of my other reviews. And what I liked about that show is it was a collection of little snippets that were put together, and it basically told the story of what happened in between Episode 2 and Episode 3. And in one episode, it introduced General Grievous, and he was a badass. Like, he was taking out Jedi, and I believe the planet was, what was it, Hyperi, or something like that. And these guys came in, and I believe it introduced into the second season, and this ship was coming in and just wiped out everything, and it saved the remaining Jedi. Now, this was an ARC Trooper transport, and ARC Troopers are Advanced Recon Commandos. Now, I think this is where they got the idea for Captain Rex, because the group that's inside of this is the, I believe it's called the Munilus 10, and that was led by, like the best of the best clone troopers, and they had like a great firepower, and they had the pauldron and the sidearm, like Captain Rex's helmet, how it was like Boba Fett had that scanner that dropped down. He had that, and just so awesome. So that's why I picked this up. We have a lot to talk about with the vehicle itself. I think it is worthy of a buy, so let's get right to the review. Okay, like the other two reviews I did today, the Falcon and the X-Wing, I kind of zoomed in as much as I could without losing some of that detail. And, yeah, so let's take a look at this mold. We'll start in the front. We have our nice cockpit, painted white and blue. Moving down to the guns, you can see there is a little bit of detail on them. So nice. Coming up, we have our door right here. We have our turret ball, which is detailed very nice. Look at those lines. Pretty cool. Nice panels from the tip right here all the way to the back. We have our big door here. Republic symbol right there by my thumb. Just a lot of great detail in here. Look at the underneath of the wing real quick. White paint right there. Got a couple missiles. Some detail right there under the wing. Very cool. I guess we could take a look at the bottom. Bottoms of these pods are nicely done. 2 rivets, copyright crap. Peg port for the stand. And nice panels. Really sharp. We have our gun back here. A little fat, but it's okay. Coming up, we have I guess rounded detail. Looks like the paint's covering it. And then up here, flat, nice panel work. And then when the film, there's missiles here that you could see moving. But I kind of like this design too. It's nice and flat. Right here we have our missile, I guess launchers, I guess you could call them. And look at the detail on there. I like this section back here. And right in the front, we have like a little openings there, recesses. Just really nice. And looking at the wing, because it's the same on both sides, we have nice paneling. And then another one of these, similar to this. It fires the same green laser that looks like the Death Stars. See, there's the launch part right there. It fires out. Really cool. And that basically does it for the mold. It is a beautiful looking ship. So let's take a look at the paint. Now taking a look at this great paint job, I think they did a pretty damn good job. The main color, I'm going to say it's this nice light gray. It's almost white, but there is a tint of grayish to it, so I'm going to stick with my theory that it's gray. And that's for the bottom, the sides, the front. And then we have, on the back, it's painted that color. Now, there is some white on here. We have white for these turrets on the wings, and also the cockpit windows. So that's always nice. Little difference in paint there, but it stands out. Now, also, we have black for the glass dome on these little turrets on the sides. And I guess they're turrets, whatever. And then we have our main guns, which are painted red. And then my favorite part, the decal. And we can see a little yellow, black, dark red, yellow and black for the eyes, but the mouth is so awesome. I think they did a great job with that. And finally, we have our blue. And it's a nice shade blue. I wouldn't say it's like a Doctor Who shade of blue with the TARDIS, but it's pretty nice. It's a nice dark blue, but it stands out. And that blue's also on the back turret right there, the gun. And that basically does it. Now, what I'm seeing with a lot of these Hot Wheels ships, especially the older ones, they have these great molds, and I brought this up months ago when I first started. But, you know, that the paint takes away from the mold, and I think, like back here, we have all this nice detail, which I mentioned before. But, you know, with a little black wash or some sort of extra paint on there, all these little details, like the little Republic symbol or whatever, would really pop, and it's a shame they didn't do that. And if I was good at painting, or I should say better at painting, I might take a crack at these, but, you know, I don't like to ruin the stuff I buy, because with my luck I would mess it up. But that does it for the paint. I think it's a great job. Could be a little better to bring out some of these details, but it is spot on from what I remember from the cartoon. When measuring a Republic gunship, this baby stands a little tiny bit under 2 3/4 inches. So it may sound small, but you know, it's pretty, it is a tall model, and it is wide, and you got all these little doodads hanging off of it, turrets, missile launchers, and whatnot. So it's not bad. It's pretty cool. And just like other Hot Wheels ships, you get a cool stand, put it in a connector port, hear that click, and you're good to go. To compare with the Hot Wheels Republic gunship, I have it next to the Hasbro Black Series version. Now, actually, the size is pretty similar. However, back in my review of the Hasbro version, I brought up that it doesn't have the balls that attach to the side that could shoot like almost like a Death Star beam, sorta. These, however, Hot Wheels did it. And I am so glad they did. It's really nice. I think they did a great job with that. But which one do I prefer? You know, they're both good. And that does it for my review today of the Hot Wheels Republic gunship. Now, I hear people call this a dropship, gunboat, missile boat, whatever. I guess it can be all of them. I've seen different configurations and designs of these. But, you know, the Republic gunship, it's awesome. It's one of my more favorite vehicles. And I'm so glad Hot Wheels did the paint to this one from the animated show. That's, you know, sadly, not a lot of people know about it. But I'm glad now that Rogue One's out and everybody's spreading a lot of Star Wars info that it is picking up some steam and people are going, wow, I remember seeing that on Cartoon Network and this and that. So hooray for that. But they did a great job. It could use a black wash with paint, but besides that, it is a great vehicle. It perfectly represents what it's supposed to look like in the show, and I'm pretty happy I picked it up. If you're a fan of the Clone Wars, or the Republic in general, I fully recommend this. I got this for about, maybe $4 something bucks in a Walmart a couple months ago. I haven't seen it since. I guess you can find it online or stores if you're lucky. But if you do and you want it, just go for it. It is great. It stands out in the collection with its blue, whitish gray, and red. Real sharp. So that does it for my review today. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time. Bye, everybody.